another wonderful session today. We are going to explore more authors, more rishis, more saints, more spiritual scientists in this book. So let us get into our session. So we have been reading yesterday how many masters are out there. They have kept their work there in order to help us to become we are pure consciousness. So in that, you can type couple of names if you remember the author's name. Please feel free, and else we can just go ahead and review. We learned about Paramahamsa Yogananda, Swami Rama, Master Osho, and Lobsang Rampa, Richard Bach yesterday, right? So today we'll understand who is this great personality is. So his name is Carlos Castaneda. So Carlos Castaneda is a professor. He lives in West, I think in California, somewhere around there. So Carlos Castaneda, he wanted to learn spiritual science and spiritual patterns. He came to know that there is a spirit, there is so many magical things happens everywhere. And if you go to Native Americans or if you go to tribe people, you get to learn new techniques of human existence. That's what he came to know. And then he thought of exploring his journey, and he went to, I guess, Mexico. I'm not sure, but he went to Mexico. I read this book a very long time ago to find his master. So he found his master, Don Juan. Through his master, he traveled with his master. He met his friends, and many wonderful things he came to know: how to enter into somebody's body, how to manifest our own personalities, our own bodies into several bodies, on the same earth planet. I'm here, I'm in India, I am in Dallas, I'm in New Jersey. So how I can replica my body, and how we can teleport and transport from here to there, and how we can read about our own dreams, and how we can lucid dream. Lucid dream means from one dream state to other dreams. There are so many great knowledge he has written with the help of his master. So when he went to his master, right, Don Juan, always master always tests student how serious and how sincere this person is. So what Don Juan did is, so a couple of students came to him to learn the knowledge what he carries. So he took all of them to a mountain, and Don Juan said, you really want to learn the knowledge from me? So then I will ask one thing, you do it, and then I will take you as my student. Then what Don Juan said is, okay, everybody, I will count 1, 2, 3. Then you have to jump from this mountain. It is top of the mountain. He took them there. He said 1, 2, 3, and you have to jump. So everybody got little hesitated about jumping from the mountain, right? So our mind works, if we jump, we might break this, if we are going to die. There are so many things happen. But Castaneda, he decided, anyway, I'm here to learn about knowledge. And I know masters can do anything and everything. He didn't think a single moment. He just took a jump there. So that's it. As soon as he jumped, and his master immediately grabbed him from the air. And then naturally he came onto the earth, and on the same place where his master is. And then he stood next to his master. And then his master said, I'm very impressive about your seriousness and sincereness, and you are ready to learn knowledge from me. I will teach you fully. Whatever I have, I will teach you. And that is how their journey goes, my dear friends. Beautiful book they have written. And also Don Juan said is, so there are 4 types of obstacles in every practitioner. So what is this? First one is fear. We have to come out of fear. See, remember, the master asked them to jump. We were so fearful. somebody was so fearful and they could not jump and they did not take the knowledge. Same thing with us. We have to come out of fears every day, day to day fears. How I am going to live this life, how I am going to lead my life, what happens after 50, 60 years, how I am going to pay for all these bills. So many fears are there in our life. And if we take any task, will I be able to successful in our life? Will I be able to successful in my business? Or is if I'm making if I'm making some program, are people are going to attend? So many fear factors are there. A practitioner, a yogi must come out of fears one by one with the practice of self-awareness and self-check. And the second obstacle for the meditator and the yogi is in this path is limited knowledge. So once you know about something, right? If a master is speaking, while master is speaking, you know, oh, I know this knowledge. I already learned this knowledge from other master. I know this concept. See, we are stopping ourselves right there, and we are not trying to understand the new knowledge, what it is going to flow from that master. Remember, my dear friends, till now, not even a single snowflake is same in the universe. Like, you know, I don't know how many eons we have been living. So every time there is snow, right? Every time there is a snow, and every snowflake is different till now. So how come a master, when he's explaining about the same concept, how come he can express in the same manner? No, he's going to add, he or she is going to add their concepts and their views in the journey. So that's why we should never ever limit ourselves from listening or learning or exploring new things from anyone, my dear friends. I wanted to share a beautiful experience with Patriji. We went to attend a spiritual conference in Chicago. So all, like, you know, in that conference, many organizations came, and every time when organization speaks, the speaker is there, and the organization people, whoever is supporting that organization, and they are there at that time, like 1 or 2 hours. And then as soon as the speaker is done speaking, that's it, everybody is out from that hall. So this was happening for 2 days. But Patriji, he was there from the day 1, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Day 2, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. He was listening each and every person, my dear friend. They are like very limited. They are like, you know, in front. I mean, when you compare with the guru, whatever they are speaking is not at all a big deal, not at all. I mean, it doesn't make sense when what he knows, like, you know, comparatively the subject. But still, he was patiently listening. And then I learned from that situation is like, every time, if you have a chance, listen fully. Do not go here and there, just listen fully. And you are building patience, not only patience, but you know how things are working other side, and you know how I am going to take all their knowledge and wisdom. And this is the best example I can compare when this chapter comes. And the third one is the ego when we receive our siddhi. Like when we practice meditation, when we become yogi, definitely we are going to receive many siddhis, and we are supposed to receive siddhis, like maybe reading auras, maybe reading like, you know, experiencing other side world, or like, you know, going from one body to other body, and teleportation. We must get all these things. But when we get this siddhis, right, one must be very grounded. They must use only their siddhis for only their spiritual growth and helping others, not taking advantage or not showing your powers, right? So what happens is everybody is attracted to those powers and they stop learning. So that's why Patriji never, ever encouraged showing your powers to others. So, and then the last one is the spiritual oldness. Spiritual oldness means once you know something, right? Yeah, I learned meditation. I do practice full moon meditation. I do practice a nature meditation. I do this and I am done. I know I have my intuitions and all. So we are limited there, and we don't try to learn from others. So every time we are stopping. So what we do is most of the time, like you are in spiritual journey, you try to learn from only spiritual people. But in your life, there are so many people are constantly teaching you. We don't recognize that. We think that only whoever is talking about spirituality, then we take the knowledge and wisdom from there. But we ignore everyone else, including our family members, our friends, anything, like any discussion happens, right? You don't put your ear properly because you blindfolded, you become that, the old age laziness came into the picture that, I know everything. Okay. Whatever they are talking, it's not right. So that conclusion we give when we become lazy in the first place in the spirituality. So we have to come out of it. And the next wonderful author is Jane Roberts. You can see. So Jane Roberts, and she and her husband, Bart's. So both of them are living in a place, and one great and grand soul from the other dimensions came to Seth and entered into her body to give wisdom. So look at the understanding of her husband. He was so matured, so he recognized that there is a soul inside her, and whenever she was talking, he was recognizing when the soul was entering into her, and then when she was speaking. So he decided to write everything on the paper, whatever Jane Roberts is talking, Seth is giving. So it is named as Seth Wisdom. So Patriji, he compared this book, like Seth and Jane Roberts with Einstein. So what he says is, in the physical world, we know Einstein is the greatest scientist, right? In the cosmic world, Seth is the highest scientist. That's what Patriji says. And he wrote so beautifully here. This must have been written in 1980 or 1990. What he wrote is, this book is only available in English. I wish this book will publish in all the languages so all the masters can get benefit out of it. And only the way we explore now is through reading English books only. Or if you cannot read English, please go and find an English reading friend and learn about this book. So this was his vision. So now this book is available in each and every language, my dear friend. I don't think so. No, any pyramid master do not know about Seth wisdom, right? So I'm sure you all know who is Seth Master, Jane Roberts, and Seth Wisdom, right? So that is what Patriji was saying. So when I was reading, I felt so good. Wow, what a vision of him, and what a compassion towards like non-English readers, right? So he wrote it there the way. And the next great master is Linda Goodman. Oh, she's so pretty. She's so beautiful. She wrote so many wonderful books, and she communicated many astral masters. So Patriji, when he was written this book, what he said is, she recently vacated her body after living 300 years, my dear friends. She lived on this earth 300 years, and she was so young till 300 years. And she was never revealing her age, because back then nobody was ready to understand this language, right? How come it is possible? If scientists knows that she's living 100 years or 200 years, they would have ripped her body to do all the investigations, what she's eating, what kind of blood is flowing inside her. So a lot of research will go on, right? So she didn't reveal her age at all. Like, she was living one generation after generation after generation. So 3 generations she lived, and she channeled so much information from cosmos. And she is very famous astrologer and numerology. She she will tell you what numbers is there. If you tell your birth date, and she will tell you all the qualities that you have, and what are the things you are going to achieve in this life, what are the things you must learn in this life, everything, including like your date of birth, your regular name, the house number when you tell, and then the street name when you tell. She will tell everything, what kind of people are there, that level of perfect astrologer she was. And in her book Star Signs, I read this book. We did a lot of experiments with the numerology books. She has given number to each letter, and we did exercise while we were meditating here as a group in my home. So she mentioned why Abraham Lincoln is so famous, why Linda Goodman is so famous, why specific people in the earth is so famous, why consciousness is a wonderful word, like, why can't it be other word, why only consciousness word, what is the number pattern there, how like, when you club everything, what number it is coming in, and that is resonating with the what kind of knowledge. It is very fascinating knowledge what she has given to us, and that's what she says. And she encourages everybody to expand their consciousness and open third eye. So she said the same thing, right? Like, if I can do it, you can do it too. So that's what she mentioned. Her name is Linda Goodman. She wrote sun signs, star signs, and there are love signs, and so a lot of 50 years back, a lot of American, like Western people were reading if they are born in this month, right? So what kind of partner I must attract. So they were all reading fun experiments and exercises. That's what she mentioned in this book. And the next grandmaster is Jesus. So Jesus is a great master. He came here to show what is love and compassion. How can you be so kind even after you get hurt, even after people are not being nice to you? There is so much judgment is there. There is so much drama in the world, but still, how can you stay calm? How can you be in that divine function, right? So he is a symbol for love and compassion and healing. Lot of healing, my dear friends. So many people, when they are suffering from any disease, when they start sitting in meditation, first one they see is like Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is a symbol for healing. So Patriji mentioned few sentences of Jesus Christ here. In my father's view, there are many worlds, not only this world. Only planet Earth is not there. There are so many worlds are there. And please do you must act on others. What how do I explain this? Do the same thing what you want to done to you for others, right? So if you want good things to happen, please do good things to others. If you want caring things to happen for yourself, please care others. If you want to learn more knowledge, teach knowledge to others. If you want to practice more meditation, teach meditation to others. So whatever you give, we are going to receive that. That's what Jesus said. And when you activate your that divine power, right? When we practice meditation, we go into that state called bliss state and then calm state. Everybody experiences this, like that peacefulness, right? So that is nothing but a divine state. When you are in that state, every cell is going to vibrate and every cell is going to connect to that divine source. And that's what Jesus said here. And especially he mentioned that do not run for physical wealth here, my dear friends. That is what he's saying. And please try to accumulate energy, cosmic energy. That is your property, that is your income, that is your savings. Only your focus is to meet God and accumulate energy. When you accumulate a lot of energy, right, all the things will fall into place. Whatever you want, it is going to come. So we always going other way around. First we are running towards money, and then we're running toward position and power, and then once we settle down, we are going to the spirituality. But spirituality is the other way. So when you go into the spirituality, all else will be taken care. So that's what even Jesus Christ said, right? When you enter into the kingdom of God, all else will be taken care. So that is what Jesus said here. And the next great master is Muhammad. This is Mecca and this is Muhammad. So Muhammad is another wonderful yogi. So what he says is, every time I am sending the seeds on the planet Earth. So he was putting the seeds on the planet Earth. So once you nurture on the planet Earth, you will become like a beautiful plant. So once you realize that, you will become your enlightenment. So we are always coming to planet Earth. This is a powerful statement, my dear friends. We are always coming to planet Earth as a seeds. So it is up to us that we will nurture that seed with what? So if you don't nurture the seed, it might not even sprout. If you nurture the seed, it might sprout, but it might not get bigger. So it is our responsibility to give water, give care, and nourish the tree so that we can produce so many seeds, right? We can become Purnatma and we can produce so many seeds, means we can create units of consciousness. That's what Patriji said, right? Everybody's goal is that. So it is up to us. So how do we take care of ourselves is going inside. And what is that water is? Cosmic energy. We must take cosmic energy every day, every day, every day, and we have to take care of ourselves with knowledge and wisdom. And until unless we learn about ourselves, we have to keep coming on this planet Earth. That's what he said. And then Muhammad, he lived in Makkah, near Makkah city. He lived in Hira mountain. The mountain name is Hira. So he practiced meditation rigorously. Muhammad practiced rigorously. So while he was practicing meditation, Gabriel is a astral master. I'm sure couple of you know who is Gabriel. Astral master came to Muhammad and he enlightened him, and he took him to many spiritual world and astral worlds to share knowledge and wisdom. That's why Muhammad is become a great, great, great saint of this thing. And then Muhammad also encouraged not to worship God. If you see like Muslim friends, right, they don't worship any idol, because when you put idol, we are limiting God to that idol. But when there is no idol, everything rest is all divine, right? So their concept is that. So no form of divinity. Only divinity exists everywhere. That is what Muhammad encouraged their people to practice. And then last, we will read about this great master, and then we will stop here, my dear friends. Zoroaster. You can see Zoroaster here. So Zoroaster is a great rishi again. So he said one main important thing here: be content with what you have. Always be content with what you have. Appreciate what you have. But do not satisfy with your spiritual practices. You can satisfy with your materialistic practices, whatever money you have, whatever physique you have, whatever circumstances you have, education, job, whatever it is, right? Be content with, be happy with it. But what he says is, with the spiritual practices, never be happy. Never be happy. Just keep, always try to thrive more and more and more. That is what he says, that never ever settle down there. And also he talks about that we are all souls, right? We have to merge into that consciousness. And what is the process of merging into consciousness is practicing spiritual things like, meditation, reading books and all. So what happens, the expectation, we must keep aside. Only we have to do what we can. So every day we are practicing meditation, every day we are reading books, every day we are doing Sajjana Sangatya, or learning new things from everyone. As I told you, right, not only meditators, but everyone from our family, including from our kids and our husband or our parents, in-laws. There is so much to learn. When you go to grocery store, you can learn from them too. So always, always, always just keep doing your karma. Keep doing your karma, and slowly one day you will merge into that bigger consciousness. But our effort should be always there, and that is what Zoroaster said. And definitely one must follow all the masters who said what, and just contemplate on that, and take the knowledge fully, and continue your practices. That's what Zoroaster said. So we'll stop here, my dear friends, and we'll practice meditation, and we'll take the questions later. And there are few more masters are there. Maybe we will be able to cover cover tomorrow few of the authors and few of the great leaders of the world, and then we'll continue knowing about what Patriji mentioned in the Tulasi Dalam in further chapters. Okay, friends, let us sit comfortably, hands into hands, fingers into fingers. Gently close your eyes and be with your breath. The meditation what we are practicing is very simple. It's called Anapanasati, breath mindfulness meditation. In this meditation, we are only observing our breath. Wherever our focus goes, the energy flows. So our focus we are putting on our breath and lot of energy to our breath. So what breath is doing? It is going inside and giving all the things that we needed for our body. So we are energizing our breath, and definitely our breath is going to shine like a star inside and activating each and every cell with a divine power. I'll play beautiful music and we'll continue.